this atheist is a humanist and denies that the most important moral values that we should treasure and respect are subjective, and so then this atheist describes them as objective, right, in the sense that they represent the collective judgment of most, hopefully all of humanity, perhaps someday. You would like to make the counter-argument, if I understand you correctly, and I'd like you to correct me if I'm mistaken, that even the view that humanity has reached some solid conclusions about some very important moral values still can leave plenty of room for an atheist to view these moral values as still subjective, and you would accuse such an atheist then of, you know, being apt to rape somebody at a moment's notice.
No, I didn't say that,
so
Dr. Shuck.
Could you clarify
I never said an atheist was
why
apt
exactly,
to do this.
Right. Why, if not objective, right, why is my category of objective insufficient, I guess, would be the question.
Because I can't see on your view of moral relativism, which says that moral values are relative to the individual or to human societies, I can't see how you can condemn the psychopath as doing anything morally wrong. Or I can't see how you can say that Nazi Germany, National Socialist Germany, did anything wrong. What they did was in accord with their ethical system in that society. And on naturalism, there is no transcendent anchor point that stands above individuals and societies to serve as an absolute plumb line. So these are just relative, and there's no basis for saying that this individual is wrong and this one is right.
I understand. So this business of objectivity, where I describe it as not just this society or that person, but this business of sort of the collective wisdom of all of humanity that we want to preserve and pass on to the rest of humanity, still isn't good enough for you. I claim that it's going to have to be good enough because religion really has no way of knowing what these allegedly absolute truths are. So my next question would be, speaking from your perspective as a Christian theologian, could you explain why certain moral values that your religion advances today have been occasionally denied or changed, modified? Take war, take capital punishment, take abortion, take divorce. If it's so easy for religion to find these objective moral truths when the atheist is somehow lost in the dark, why is there so much dissent even within one's own denomination these days? Why all the fighting?
It's critical that we distinguish with respect to this argument between an epistemological argument and an ontological foundation for moral values. My argument is not that we need religion in order to tell us what is right and wrong, how to distinguish good from evil. I have never claimed that we need the guidance of religion for an epistemological purpose. In fact, quite the contrary, I believe as a Christian that God's moral law is written on our hearts so that we have a kind of instinctive grasp of the difference between right and wrong, and hence there are largely universal moral codes. My argument is one about the ontological foundations of morality. If morality is just a socio-biological byproduct of the evolutionary process, then it seems to me that it is simply ephemeral and non-objective, and so we need to have some kind of a transcendent plumb line or anchor point to ground objective values. And then the epistemological question is quite apart from that. So I'm very prepared to say that, yes, absolutely, people's views on what is right and wrong or moral values change. I think that moral progress is genuinely possible, that we can come to discern the good and the right more clearly. But on the naturalistic view, there is no such thing as moral progress. There's only moral change. But you cannot say that one is better approximating the good because there is no absolute standard to which one is approximating.
I promised to talk about the Bible and about Revelation. I'll fulfill that promise.